Hello, my name is Michelle and welcome to my channel, Michelle's Melancholia. And welcome to my 3rd October vlog. I think this vlog is coming out a little bit late because it's almost the end of October and there's still another October vlog coming up, but I've just been very busy. One with work, I've been working late almost every day, but also I've made a lot of October plans, so I've been very busy, although I've been having a lot of fun, so that's good. And anyways, I thought many of you wouldn't mind if the Halloween/October content extended a little bit through November as well, because I feel like in November we're all still missing October a little bit, so yeah, I don't know, I think it'll be fine. But anyways, I will tell you what will be included in this vlog, so you can, as always, use the timestamps in the description. If you only care about a particular thing, you can just jump around. So we're going to start with a few movie reviews from another movie night I had with my horror movie club. So they are going to review 3 movies with me, and those movies are Ginger Snaps, Let the Right One In, and Dog Soldiers. Then I will be sharing with you some clips from a day trip I took to a small town here in Scotland near Edinburgh, and that was really beautiful. And finally, I'm just going to give my reading update, of course, for the Halloween prompts. So yeah, let's get started. Speck, say hi! Say hi to YouTube! Well, what a movie! I've been hearing praise for this movie for literally years, and still I never watched it until now. And it's great. It's iconic. It's funny. It's scary. It's emotional. I think it has everything, and I'm sure my 16-year-old self or 15-year-old me would have just been obsessed. But I can still be obsessed now, which I am. Does anyone want to share thoughts?
In spite of the really dark tone throughout, I was not expecting that ending.
No, me neither.
No, I really enjoyed the dark tone.
Oh yeah, no, it was very good.
Speck the dog didn't like it.
Well, I don't think we have reason to.
That's all I'm gonna say about that. I guess I should say what it is about in case someone has no idea. But it's about these 2 sisters. They're like 14 and 15, and they're kind of like the strange kids at school. But I feel like this is maybe one of the best pair of strange kids I've ever seen portrayed in media. They were like honestly amazing. I would have liked to be them. Yeah, and the premise is very simple. Basically, one day, one of the sisters literally just gets bit by a werewolf, and this just coincides with her getting her period. So she starts experiencing changes. Is this werewolves or is this just menstruation?
Very well combined.
Yeah. Anything else?
They definitely felt like they were that age, and it
Oh,
definitely
for sure.
felt like sisters.
Mhm.
I don't have a sister, but I imagine.
That's what it's like. Yeah, I also don't have a sister, but yeah, I think that was really good. Yeah, the relationship between them
I
was.
love the mom.
Oh, the mom was a great the mom, we went on a journey with the mom. That's all I'll say. Oh, and also I didn't know this before watching the movie, but the last part of the movie is actually set like around Halloween time, so that made it very season appropriate for us. Anything else? No, it was honestly great. 10 out of 10. Highly recommend.
Iconic.
Iconic, yes, absolutely. So we just finished watching Let the Right One In, which is adapted from a Swedish novel, and it is about a boy that is bullied at school and has no friends, so he's very sad until one day a new girl moves into his like apartment complex and they strike up a friendship. She is odd and she may or may not be a vampire. And we all really like the movie, right? We all like really like the movie. Yeah, it's like it's kind of like slow and quiet and atmospheric. And it was quite ambiguous, so we do have like different interpretations of several things that happen, but that's fun. We've had fun discussing what we thought was actually happening in the movie. And even though the movie is very much like that kind of like relaxed, quiet atmosphere, there are some really brutal, violent scenes that seem to come out of nowhere, but that were very welcome, at least in my opinion. Anything else you'd like to add?
It takes place in winter, so it makes for quite a cozy watch.
Yes, we had hot chocolate with it as well. That's it. Do you like it, Speck? What did you think?
I thought it was really good. I really liked the ambiguity
Yeah.
as well. I thought that was really well done.
Did you like it, Specky? Okay, so for the third movie, we watched Dog Soldiers, which is another werewolf movie about, well, it's like military, like a group of military men, I guess. I don't know what you call them. Soldiers? Are they soldiers? Soldiers. That are doing like a training exercise in the Scottish Highlands, and they basically just come across like a pack of werewolves. And not gonna lie, the first half of the movie I was like, I don't care. I just don't care about any of these people. But then I think the second half of the movie was actually really fun. There are a lot of like big guns firing combat scenes. That's not usually my type of movie, but obviously against werewolves, it was fun. Some of the dialogue and scenes were like really cheesy, but I think that was the point, right?
Yeah, I think it's charm.
Yeah, it was also like a lot of comedic elements, and I thought the ending was great. The ending was highly entertaining, and I really liked the design of the werewolves. Did you like the werewolves? Yeah. Yeah.
I like that they were so tall.
They're like super tall, but also like lanky. So they're like their arms are really long, and their fingers were like really long, and they were always like reaching through like the windows and doors. So that was cool. Yeah. Anything else?
Yeah, the dialogue was definitely questionable.
I liked the dialogue. I thought it was fun.
It was fun. I thought it was fun. But I think it took me a while to get the sense of humor that they were going for, or like the vibe they were going for, I guess, in general. And I think the gory bits were really good and like really intense.
Practical.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
practical effects were really good.
Yeah, really good practical effects. And yeah, I mean, yeah, when it started, I was like,
I think it was too long.
Yeah.
too long. It
Yeah.
dragged a little bit in the middle. Yeah. I think it was in the middle that it dragged a little bit. But so the first half I didn't much like. The second half I really enjoyed. So I guess for me, somewhere in the middle at the end of the day. But I'm glad we watched it.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, that's it. Bye. This week I visited the town of Pitlochry, which is about a 2-hour train ride away from Edinburgh. And it is a beautiful town which was developed during the Victorian period. It has a hydroelectric dam that runs over the River Tommel, and you can walk across the dam and you get these gorgeous views. It's literally an autumn wonderland. And then we headed to the Fascali forest, which for the season has been converted into an enchanted forest, which means they have added a bunch of light installations. So basically the whole forest was full of colored lights and fairy lights, and it was very, very magical. And finally, I'll just update you on my reading, which I haven't been doing a lot of reading this month because, as I said, I've been having a lot of fun doing other activities. So that's okay. I know October is always a really, really busy period, so that's fine. I read a non-fiction book this month, and actually, I've decided that I'm going to try to read one non-fiction book every month. So yeah, let's see if I actually keep up with it. But anyways, this month's book was Making Evil, the Science Behind Humanity's Dark Side. And I've added this to the genre blend prompt because I think it kind of mixes horror with nonfiction. So I thought it fits the prompt. Actually, I'm going to have a separate video with a full review and a little bit summary of this book. I was very, very interested in the topic, but I'm not sure it actually delivered what I was thinking it would. Then I read Daphne by Josh Malerman, and I loved this book. And I was actually very surprised because I hadn't heard many good things about it. The main complaint that I've been hearing about it is that it talked a lot about basketball because it follows a girl in a basketball team. And apparently there was like a lot of very detailed descriptions of basketball, but I actually didn't think it was too much. It was a little bit in the beginning, especially because I started listening to the audiobook. So there were some basketball terms and some basketball names, like names of famous basketball players that I was not at all familiar with. So only listening to them, I was super lost and I had no idea what was going on. So I was really, really struggling in the beginning. I think I listened to the first couple of pages like 3 times. And then I actually thought about just stopping and not reading it for this month. But then I grabbed the physical copy, well, the e-reader copy, the ebook, and I started reading there along with the audio. And then I understood perfectly, okay, what was happening. And then I just kept going on the audio mostly. And I loved it. So this book is about the main character, Kit. And Kit lives in a town where there is a local legend about this ghost called Daphne. So Daphne was a woman that lived in town and she died under mysterious circumstances. And the local legend says that she comes back when certain things happen. So she only comes back in like a certain situation, but I don't want to say what it is because I don't want to spoil it for you. And Kit is part of the basketball team at her school. And then one day, the girls in the basketball team start dying mysteriously. And Kit is convinced that it is Daphne who is doing this. I absolutely loved the concept of the whole thing and the different ideas that Josh Malerman explores in this book. Plus, I thought the execution was fantastic. So I have basically no complaints about this. I guess my only complaint, which is not really a complaint because I enjoyed it, but I don't know if everyone will, is that the book is just, it has very little structure. It's just written in like a really long ramble. And you have like some snippets from the main character's journal. So that kind of like breaks up the story a little bit to give you a breather. But other than that, it's just like pages and pages of just very rambly stuff. So I would say if you don't mind a lot of like stream of consciousness kind of storytelling, and if you enjoy books that are really more about the ideas than the actual plot, then you might enjoy this one. And I could put this in the prompt for new author, but for now I've put it in favorite subgenre because it's actually kind of like a supernatural slasher, and I really like those types of stories, so I've put it there for now. And finally, for the prompt that is a Halloween word in the title, I have been reading Ghost Story by Peter Straub, and I've actually been moving at a snail pace with this one, but I'm really enjoying it. But yeah, it's definitely not a fast read because I mean, I'm already halfway through the book and I still have no idea what's going on. So I don't think you really get that page turner kind of feeling because yeah, it's really hard to understand what's happening. But it is definitely very creepy, and I actually really like books where it all just seems like a bunch of disconnected things, and I'm assuming in the end they will all come together. So I really enjoy those types of books where in the end all the pieces of the puzzle kind of like fit perfectly. So I'm hoping that's what's going to happen. But I mean, I'm having a good time reading it. It's just not the easiest book to just get through, I guess. But anyways, when I finish that, it will be 5 prompts completed, and maybe I will still try to sneak in a quick novella in there, hopefully. But other than that, I guess that is all. I hope you are enjoying your October season as much as I have been enjoying mine, and I will see you on my next video. But until then, goodbye.